Hello, good evening, City of Chandler. Welcome to the City of Chandler's Planning and Zoning meeting for April 20th, 2022. We're going to start off with a roll call.
Chairman Human, Vice Chair Rose,
Here.
Commissioner Morgan,
Here.
Commissioner Koschel, here, Commissioner Quinn,
Here.
Commissioner Velasquez,
Here.
We have quorum.
Okay, thank you. Next item is going to be the Pledge of Allegiance for everyone to rise. Commissioner Morgan's going to lead us.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. Thank you, Commissioner Morgan. Prior to the meeting, Planning and Zoning held a study session and we went over the consent items on consent that city planning and applicants have worked timeless hours on, and these are submitted for the planning and zoning here group of volunteers to go through and recommend approval and any suggestions for the next step of the city council to approve. So we went through those items and they're on the consent agenda, and we have one speaker card, and it's for Ron Kemp. If you'd like to come up, and do you want to come up and speak? It shows you're in opposition.
To the project or whatever?
Yes, at the. No problem. Please just state your address and your concerns.
815 West Geronimo Street, Chandler. I have a parking concern on their development. The Pleasant is a very small street with a zigzag in it. It's across from the retention pond if you're looking at the plan. A bunch of new developments have went up off Fry and stuff, and the side streets have absolutely got packed side by side. I see the largest one just west of Dodson. They finally put no parking signs on both sides. But originally, when I looked at their plans, I thought originally that when they were building the development, they had an in off Pecos and an out off Pecos. Now, in the newest drawing I saw, they have an out on Pleasant. We only have, the whole development only has one way in and one way out. And Pleasant is the one way out for the whole development. It doesn't need to get any busier. And the parking next to that needs, I mean, I would really, really like no parking, regardless of where their driveway comes out at, because it would obstruct getting in and out of our development. That's all I got. I mean, it's zoned for what they're doing, so I can't really throw rocks at it. Nobody likes it, but I mean, when they bought the house there, they should have known what it was zoned for.
Right. Okay, Ron, well, I'm tight. Are there any questions for Mr. Kemp? I think, I don't know if you're quite here yet, but I did put into the record that Pleasant is a street entering into Fairview Meadows heading north, and I let him know that to me that's a concern also. That it's kind of it's not a real, you wouldn't want tons of people driving north, and so I did make that statement. And also there's going to be a management company of that subdivision, I believe, and if the applicant wants to speak to it, they certainly can, because what we're trying to do is get as much information as we can to hopefully appease as many people as we can. So
my two wants are, I mean, the development's probably going to happen is they go in on Pecos, they come out on Pecos. It doesn't need to go to a little side street. Pecos is 3 lanes. I mean, there's plenty of access in and out.
And you mentioned a project. What was the name of that project on that the streets were parked?
Just west of Dobson on Fry, that huge development one that went up in the corner there. It's about a block south.
Right.
And next to that is the open field that I think you guys just zoned. That side street, I believe the fire department came in and shut down all the parking because the day that opened, both sides of the street were packed and you couldn't drive through in between. I don't know what the parking criteria is for a new development, but I live in the real world and most people use their garage for storage and they have 2 cars out front, and a lot of people have 3 cars. So I'm just worried about stacking how full that development is. It's going to overflow to something. I don't know if you could deed restrict 2 cars to a property if it's a rental.
Well, we went through it in the city. It is technically, they have over enough parking right now with the garages, but I do think it's important that that there was a note made prior that management needs to definitely monitor how much parking would be going on, and if there's a need to do signs or what have you. That's something I think city council should look at as well. Perfect. All right. Well, thanks, Ron. Thanks, Pete. Okay. At this time, is there anyone else in the audience have any input on the items on the consent agenda? Okay. Let me look to our attorney for advice on something like that.
I think we could have the resident just come out and state her name and address and let her concerns be known.
Okay, excellent. Yeah, why don't you come on up and state your name, address, and
Sonia Schrader, 857 West Kessler Lane. So my property is directly adjacent to where they're building these. I'm really nervous. So same concerns. I think it's a very, very small lot for the amount of occupants that they are proposing to put there. I'm concerned about parking. I'm concerned about the fact that it's all rentals. I didn't buy my home to be adjacent to an apartment complex. Call it a luxury condo, whatever you want to call it. But it is a rental, and there will be transient population in that, and that concerns me. There is also a greenbelt area that my HOA fees pay for directly across from that. Granted, there's nothing that stops somebody from coming across, Pecos to use it, but this will be in walking distance of that complex. And I'm just concerned, if there's vandalism or damage done there, then my HOA fees could potentially be impacted by that. because there's